Hello. It is Krystalracquel and I am back again. I wanted to stop in. I am so sorry. I have not been in a lot of communication. A lot has gone on in the past 3.5 weeks. I was married, thank God, and I also made a major move. So there's just been a lot, dealing with work and building my relationship with my husband. And it's just been a lot that's been going on over these past couple weeks. So I wanted to step in with you. I know I gave a little review over a pot set we received, or a pot set that we purchased with a monetary gift that we received for our wedding. And I wanted to just stop back in and talk with you all. The topic for today is going to be, it's a dating related topic. So a lot of you are in the process of being single, and some of you are in relationships. So I really wanted to just talk to you about maintaining a relationship and doing your part when you're in a relationship. So at times, there's been times where I know you've probably been single for a long period of time, and it can be hard navigating that process, and navigating as in transitioning from being a single person to being in a relationship. So with those things, you have to really be intentional about that process. You want to make sure that you're not going to be selfish. That means once you get into a relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a friendship relationship, but more so I'm talking about a dating relationship, or like a long-term relationship or marriage, you have to remember that it's not all about you. You have gone through life for several years, several months, whatever is a long period of time to you, and you've had a lot of say-so in your life. You've been able to say whether you want to do this for the day or whether you want to do that for the day, what you want to eat in the morning, what you want to do in the evening time. And once you have a relationship, let me just be clear. When I'm saying a relationship, I'm not talking about a live-in deal. I'm not talking about a relationship where you are, like I said, living together, sharing finances and things like that. I'm talking about something that's substantial. But first of all, in terms of the selfishness, that just means the focus isn't always going to be on you anymore. You do have to consider the other person. And let me just first talk about in the dating situation. So if you're dating, getting to know someone, obviously your independence is still going to be there, and you should be independent, so I'm not going to take that away from you as a woman, but you need to just remember that you're going to have to consider someone else. Similarly, if you have children, small children, teens as well, you have to consider them in everything that you do. When you're dating someone, you're going to consider them, consider their likes. It's not all about you. It's not all about what I want. Of course, you have your standards that you set up prior to dating, but once you start dating, you need to consider the other person. There's degrees to this. So if you're a single woman and you're dating, going on dates with someone, you've been on maybe 3 dates, and you're considering this person, or you're considering a couple people, your consideration of them is going to be, of course, nothing related to your standards. So if your belief system says that this gentleman is supposed to pay for your meals, or pay for your dates, or pay for whatever outings he wants to go on with you, or he invites you out to, that's going to be your standard. If it's something to where his absolute favorite food is, let's say it's Chinese, and you don't like Chinese, you haven't been there recently, but you just know you're not really a fan of Chinese. If that's his absolute favorite food, and let's say it's been a couple months and he really wants to go, he wants to show you and take you to his favorite restaurant, you should consider going. You can't be so what's the word? So stubborn is I'm looking for not as strong as not a word that's not as strong as stubborn, but essentially that's what it is. You want to, you know, be able to try new things. You want to be kind-hearted. Just imagine if maybe it was your favorite food and somebody knew they didn't like it, they hadn't been there in a while, you would want them to go with you, right? So just consider the other person's feeling. And that's more so something that you would consider when you're just been dating somebody for a couple dates, like I said, like 3 dates or more, but you're not really officially in a relationship, but you're dating each other. And then when it comes to, let's say, well, one, I don't really believe in relationships outside of like being engaged and being married, but I know that that is the thing, that is how people think. So, and when I say I don't believe in it, I am not saying I don't think it exists. I'm just saying I feel that it's more substantial, it's real. There is actually a commitment once that you've been proposed to and you're you have a fiance and you are a fiance. So when you're more you know, official, maybe a better word would be exclusive, maybe you're only seeing each other, you're intentionally getting to know this person and they are very intentionally getting to know you, that's where you're really considering things a lot more. So you're going to consider their likes, how they like to be communicated with, what makes them happy, how you can encourage them as a man, what interests they have that you maybe aren't interested in, but you'll consider. Those are the type of things that you're going to be looking at and really compromising on. Not saying you have to compromise on major things. Like I said, if it's your standards, no, you don't compromise on those things. However, when it comes to a relationship or building with someone and getting to know them and being exclusive, and when I say exclusive, I'm not saying everybody has to be exclusive with someone before they've been proposed to, but that is kind of the norm. You would be exclusively talking to someone, really trying to be intentional about where that is going to go. So that's what I mean. However, once it's more serious, as in you're both intentional about moving forward, that's when you want to start doing those compromise and really, when you're dating, not saying you've been on a couple of dates, but when you're being intentional about dating and you're moving forward, trying to see whether or not this is somebody you can potentially marry, trying to see whether this is someone who is potentially considering you for marriage, you are going to have to compromise. And if you're not somebody who compromises, you're going to have to learn how to compromise, because in a marriage, it's a team. And in a team, you do have to compromise. Just think about when you're at your job and when you're working, you have to know how to communicate with others. You have to know how to understand other people. You have to understand how to read people's emotions, how to understand what someone doesn't like, try to understand what someone really likes, and then you go accordingly. So it's not about you compromising with this individual, it's also about them compromising with you. So that brings me to a point. If you're finding that you're the only person that's compromising, that's a no-no. That could potentially mean that that person is selfish, or that they're not considering you. Maybe they have not had a lot of practice compromising with others. Maybe they, from their perspective, they've always gotten what they want. They are used to getting what they want, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in their life, whether it's in their family. Maybe they're an only child, or maybe they are the oldest child, so they are used to having responsibility and making the shots, the calls, the decisions. Maybe they're the youngest child and they are used to being spoiled and getting their way. So you have to consider all those things. But yes, in a relationship, there's going to be compromise. You do have to remember that you cannot start off in a relationship or in an engagement, in a marriage, and think that things are going to all go your way. Whatever you want is going to be given to you and it's all about you, because that is not the case. When you get married, or those of you who aren't married, when you are considering marriage and you're trying to be married, you have to learn how to compromise with other people. That's why I feel like dating is going to be the training ground for that. Don't look at dating as something to just play around with, that, oh yeah, I'm just dating, oh, it's just fun. To me, I've never seen dating in that manner. I've never seen it as something to just play around and say it's not serious. To me, dating is serious, because the point of dating is to find out whether the person is going to be someone that you're going to eventually marry. So just be intentional about your communication with other people. Make sure that you are able to express yourself in a calm manner, in a calm tone. When you're dating someone and getting to know them, make sure you are watching them for any red flags. Make sure that you are adjusting yourself if there's anything that you need to work on, because you don't want to get into an engagement and then you're finding out that you don't know how to communicate with someone. You don't want to get into a marriage and then you're finding out that you don't know how to communicate with someone. You really want to just focus on, one, bettering yourself before you even start dating. I would say dating is not just a game, something fun to do. Go out, meet people, be in the presence of attractive men, or for men, be in the presence of attractive women. Dating is about you trying to find your life partner, so you should take it seriously. It's not a joke and it's not a game. And then also, if you are taking it as a game, I'm sure once you are considering marriage or potentially going to have a fiance, male or female, depending on what perspective you're looking at, that's not going to just change. You're probably going to see it as a game. How you were acting in dating is going to be difficult for you to transition to something more serious, or what you consider more serious. So keep that in mind. And I don't have my ring on today. But yeah, I just want to, let you all know that keep going forward, keep working on bettering yourself, improving your life. Find something that you love to do, have something to talk about when you're dating. Get to know others, and focus on yourself, focus on eating healthy, focus on exercising. That brings me to my point. I have not really exercised, besides doing a little walking here and there, in the past 3.5 weeks. So my husband, thankfully, he set my treadmill up downstairs in our basement. So I will be getting on that in a little bit. Overall, if you have any questions, just let me know. If there's anything that you're struggling with in terms of managing a relationship, or proceeding, deciding on who you want to be in a relationship with, or exclusive with, I should say, let me know in the comments below, or you can even email that email that I have listed down below. I really want to be here to help you. I really regret that I haven't been as present in the past couple weeks. That brings me to my point. I really want to get on here and just talk a little bit about my wedding. I did post a short in YouTube where you can see me in my dress. It was amazing. I don't want to get into it now because I won't stop. I'll make a point to talk about that in my next video. But really, dating is not a game. Dating is a way for you to explore and find out some things about yourself that maybe need correction. Find out what you want to improve about yourself. And even prior to dating, you should really be in a good place. You should have the bare bones of who you are. You should really know who you are and what you like, what you don't like, in terms of a personality, what you like in terms of the other person that you're hoping to date, and really just focus on you. When you start dating, that's when you're going to start focusing even more so about the communication aspect and what you would like to see in terms of the outcome of your relationship or your future with this person, or your future with someone, because you're going to be dating multiple people, or going on a couple dates. One other thing, certainly do not just date the first person that you see and just say, yep, I'm good. I've spoken about it in another video that prior to dating I keep saying fiance, my husband, and prior to becoming a fiance, there were 3 individuals. The first person was pretty good. Second person was pretty good. And pretty good meaning wow, okay, this person seems different than other people that I've been coming across. I really like them. They are checking pretty much all the boxes here. Let's see where it goes. They want to be in a relationship with me? Yeah, let's go. That's how it was for the first person. Second person was similar in terms of pretty good fit. Pretty good fit as far as I could see before we continue getting to know each other and before it gets deeper. Had I stopped, many people would have stopped after the first person. The first person, there was no reason for me. Okay, there was a reason for me to stop, but nothing that meets the eye. It was just after getting to know them and getting to know multiple people, 3. So had I stopped after that first person, I would never have met my husband, because my husband was number 3 of the bunch in terms of when I met them. So just be intentional. Just keep yourself in prayer. Focus on loving you. You have to love yourself if you are going to love anyone else. That's the main thing. That's why I said focus on yourself, eat well, exercise. We do need to be healthy. We need to be able to maintain our health, our weight, and find something fun to do. Have a passion for life, have a passion for something that you want to do. And that's where you go. You go from there. You want to be healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, and love yourself. When you love yourself, you'll be able to love someone else. You'll be able to communicate effectively. But yeah, I wanted to just stop in with you. Let me know if you have any questions, please, and I will do a video on it and give you some advice. I love you all. God bless you. And I will stop in soon. I promise. I'm actually doing something where I am committing to doing 3 videos today, tomorrow, and the next day. I know last week when I did the review, I said I would be in the next day, and I was not, so I apologize for that. But please, you know, just continue to stop in, and I will talk to you soon. I love you. Bye.